Ruslan.
Hey guys, congratulations on the film. I had a chance to watch it last night. Really inspiring. The orphanage in Mexico, and Julio, you did a great job with it. Why do you think this is something that the world needs to see in terms of the story of these boys winning this incredible fishing tournament, having never fished before?
I think that we've all come out of a year of a lot of not so great news. We could use a balance of some positive, real stories, because I think that it'd be easy to just make up something, to make up a fictional story that has a positive message and try to toss it into the mix of everything we're doing. But I think it has more resonance to know that this is something that really happened, that good things do happen all the time. And so I think bringing that, highlighting that sort of situation so that people can see that, we're all struggling in different ways. It's hard. Not all of us are struggling more than orphans in Cabo San Lucas after a hurricane destroys their home. So if they can find ways they can find hope, and they can ultimately overcome and find meaning in their situation, I think that hopefully it's a little inspiring for us to kind of change our perspective and find it in our own as well.
And is hope the big main idea you would want people to walk away with in terms of this film? Just a sense of hope, a sense of gratitude, and making the most of what we have.
Most movies in this genre can kind of fall into under the broader category of hope. I think maybe specifically to this film, there's themes that are kind of in line with Gawvi and Lecrae's "Fight for Me" song, which is there's this the theme of fatherhood and mentorship. What does it mean to be a good father? What does it mean to what does it mean to reconnect with the feeling of having lost the connection with your own father in the past, and how do you move forward without having a father figure anymore, and now that burden has been fallen onto yourself. So I think there's themes about we all as a culture we value worldly success, and there's good reason for that. But I also think so this movie kind of gets into some of the debates that every father and every mother, frankly every parent, has to manage, which is how do you balance your professional aspirations with your responsibilities as a parent, and what are you willing? What are the trade-offs? And for me personally, I made my first film when I didn't have kids, and then this film I had 3 kids. And when I made my first film, I thought that was the most important thing that I could ever possibly do. And when I made my second film, I realized I had 3 other things that were just as important as what I was doing on set. Frankly, more important. I think that's a very important. I think it's a very important message for people just to kind of struggle with, and it's something that I struggle with also as a father, and my wife struggles with, and everybody I know, every professional I know struggles with that. How do we contribute to the world in a way that doesn't neglect our personal responsibilities, and make sure that we're giving the watering the seeds of the next generation as well. It's very important. It's a very important balance for everybody.
Tell me about the role of music playing into this. There's a scene in the film where he turns to them and he says, you need to fight for them. I need you to fight for them. And it almost felt like it was like the song "Fight for Me" was. Did you guys have that in mind before, or the song just worked? Fit so perfect with the outro of the film and the theme of the song that Gawvi and Lecrae wrote.
We made the movie, and I think maybe don't believe in coincidences so much, and I think that song was presented to me, and it was and just the song was exactly the right tone that we were going for, and then the words were exactly the right words we were going for, and I looked at the music video, and it looks like deleted scenes from my movie. It's just it's weird. And so there was a synergy there that I think it's coincidence or destiny, depending on how you want to look at things. So it certainly felt like it immediately just kind of elevated the film in a way that I couldn't have planned ahead of time. Probably none of us could have. It's just those things happen. So.
Yeah, I thought Reach did a fantastic job on the soundtrack. 11 songs dropping May 27th, the same day as the film comes out. Gawvi, you and Lecrae put this song together a couple years ago in 2017, and now there's the Blue Miracle version of it. What's it feel like to see a song potentially get like a new birth and a new energy? The song was already viral, trending on Spotify, top 50 when it came out. I remember seeing that. And now it like has a whole new life, and there's another verse on it. So I would love to hear from Gawvi and Lecrae touching on it.
I think it's always an honor when a song comes from like a real place, and then it has its life of its own. You don't even expect it. I was going through my emotional moment. I was like, God, where you at? I need you to fight for me right now. And those are, I call it magic moments, where it really bleeds into the audience and then it lives on. And I think this is like probably one of the third movies on Netflix I've been part of, and this film, it just feels so perfect with it. Kind of like how you were touching base. Um, you know, whether you want to call it coincidence or not, I think it just all fits so perfectly. And yeah, it's just an honor.
Do you like the new version, the extended version that has more of a Latin feel with the second verse on it?
Yeah, I really love what Reach Records was able to do and bringing in Tommy into the song. And I think it's fire. Like, I love Tommy. Tommy's a great artist too. He's a friend of mine. So making this version for the movie is special.
That's awesome. One of my favorite verses in the scriptures is true religion is care for the widow, care for the orphan. And I feel like this film completely exemplifies the spirit and the energy of that passage. It wasn't an overtly religious film, but it had really strong, inspiring undertones. Lecrae, as someone who's built schools and done a lot of work behind the scenes, how do you see this reconciling in terms of just your own life and the work you've done, and then seeing and being a part of a film like this that kind of exemplifies the gospel in a lot of ways and stuff that you've done behind the scenes? And I know a lot of folks in this chat have done behind the scenes.
For me, this journey is, sometimes it's about being distinct. Sometimes it's about being explicit. And sometimes it's about humble excellence and service. And I feel like, this film first and foremost captures the excellence. Julio made a excellent quality film, and that's what's extremely important. If it was just about a message, you wouldn't need it to be creative. You just put a message on the screen, right? Like, take care of the orphans, and walk out of the theater. But it's the craftsmanship that was put around it that was important. And for us, that's inspiring. That helps us as artists to create and to craft and to dream and to want to be, be inspired and be connected to it. So yeah, it's the humble excellence, it's the servitude. Obviously, it's that picture of service. My faith is all about a story. It's us believing in a story of service, of sacrifice, and if we believe that, then that's something that we would exemplify in our everyday lives.
The beautiful part about art, music, culture is it can shift people's actions, and it could shift how we engage in this society. Do you think a film like this, packaged with a song like this, will inspire people to be more generous towards giving to more orphanages, to starting more schools, to helping more disenfranchised neighborhoods and areas and people groups?
Yeah, I know RG and Few have already been planning on putting out music, and all of the proceeds going toward Mexico City and East Atlanta. And so I think they're already inspired. We'll see if they really get the music done and do something like that. But
how much of Reach pivoting over to the Latin market with Gawvi, WhatupRG, do you think is impactful in terms of reaching a broader audience and it being such a fly tie-in to a movie like Blue Miracle?
It's just tight, bro. The fact that we got this opportunity to not just, we make music. Like we made Ambiente with Tommy in my room, like just one night at just making music. So the fact that this music is gonna reach people outside of, way past where we're at, and the message that we got, I feel like it's just gonna be, it's just special. It's special.
Would you say there's a greater desire to be more versatile with the styles of music, RG? Because it's evolving and flowing between genres so effortlessly, between hip hop, between pop, between Latin.
Yeah. I think everybody's just being authentically themselves. Like me and Tommy, we both grew up on reggaeton, and that's the track that we got. Gawvi's whole album is Spanish and reggaeton, and it has our own influences. So I think God gave us our stories, our backgrounds, everything that we've gone through, all of our influences for a purpose. And I think that's to reach the people that connect to it. And I feel like the opportunity we got to, drop a movie on Netflix with our songs is huge.
I kind of felt like it was all at a great timing too, because as the movie was wrapping up and coming to that point of choosing music, we were just releasing releasing that new music of, you know, Sin Vergüenza, the Reach Records Lion album, and then my album, Noche Juvenil, where I feel like the stars just kind of aligned and it all made sense to make this connect happen.
Kingstream Entertainment, Ruslan.
Joshua the King came down and bore it all. Yeah, conversations front of the fireplace. All of my mistakes, how do I erase? Wanna operate at a higher pace. Birth pains causing the body to dilate. On a first name basis with the word.